Hello, hello. It's a beautiful day today. Very warm and very, very fresh smelling. Everything like fresh cut grass and amazing perfume oils. And I made myself a pina colada without alcohol. I made it with almond milk, with a handful of daisies and dandelion fresh from the grass, and bananas and fresh pineapple. And it tastes absolutely amazing. I recommend it to everyone. I make myself a vegan, whole food vegan shake every day, and it feels really good. I also eat a large tablespoon of hydrated sodium bentonite clay every morning when I get up. And I take a large tablespoon of dried diatomaceous earth powder mixed in water every evening before I go to bed. And so what else do I do for my health routine? And I put a lot of essential oils on my skin all the time. I don't use deodorant. I make my own deodorant. I shaved my so yeah, I just put clay under my armpits. Sometimes I just put the dehydrated clay under my armpits. Works all day long. But also you can make creams, specific creams with sodium bentonite clay, diatomaceous earth, kaolin clays, red and white, or any kind of clay. And I wouldn't use the radioactive clays. There are some. So, because I don't know, some people use those for medicinal purposes too, for something, but I would be very careful with that. So I wouldn't use that too often. We already are bombarded with radioactive material from overseas, so it's not so nice. So anyway, yeah, you can make a cream with that and put some like a mango wax in it, or soy wax, and or other plant waxes, and olive oil, and heat that up a little bit on the stove on a very low level heat, and let that get liquid, and pour it into a Tupper container that is heat resistant, like the ones that are microwave resistant, and then you let it harden in the Tupper container, and then you have a fantastic cream or deodorant also. Oh, and yeah, essential oils. You put essential oils in it. In the end, after it is liquefied, you can put rose absolute in it, or patchouli, or anything, ylang ylang, any of those amazing, amazing, amazing. Or you can put pine scents, pine needle oils in it. I love those too. So they have a more masculine type of scent, which is also very nice. And I love men who have pine needle oil scent. I just love it. It smells so fresh and so serene and so masculine and alpha. I really like that. I do not like those cheap colognes that people get in grocery stores. Those cheap, toxic. They have those phthalates in it and all kinds of toxic stuff that messes with people's nervous systems. So anyone who buys the cologne, they might even end up in prison just because of the cologne itself, because of those toxic chemicals that are in it. So it's not a good thing. So this brings me to the subject I really wanted to talk about. Um, and that is the subject, the haters of Eric Jacobs. So, Nomadic Fanatic, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He has an awesome channel and he makes travel videos. He travels with his cat Jax. And those videos are very amazing. He has a drone. He makes wonderful, serene drone footage over lakes and stuff. And Papa Dog is upset about something. Must be the kitty out there. So there's a stray kitty coming to us, and he is sometimes coming up the stairs, and he looks at me with yellow eyes, very innocent, and all black, and very beautiful kitty, but very malnourished and very, very fearful. I don't know, he must be probably a stray kitty. Very sad. So my husband bought cat food, and we are giving him cat food every day now. And we put it behind a fence where Dave can't get to it. So that works out very well. And he's gaining a little bit weight now. This is good. So we also feed the other animals, squirrels and chipmunks and rats come, which my husband doesn't want. But yeah, they all live here and they have a right to eat and live and be happy. So yeah. Anyway, I always get off the subject, but those are all important things, for us, and it's an important message of love. And I always wanted to throw that into the videos. So anyway, the main subject is, and I want other people to get involved into brainstorming these kind of problems about what do we do, what can be done, what can the haters do, what can we all do to make the world a better place, what can we all do to help someone like Eric Jacobs with this situation with the haters, and I've been breaking my head over this for many years because I really love Eric. I love him non-sexually as a friend. I'm married. I I think he's a cute guy, but I love him as a friend. I care very deeply about him because he is a very deeply caring person, and I think it's lovely, it's absolutely lovely to see men like Eric and also Campervan, Kevin and Mike, living free, and see these amazing guys, very masculine men who have a very warm heart, and to me that's alpha, to me that's masculine. That's amazing, those are amazing guys. And obviously they have a lot of people jealous of them, a lot of guys out there jealous of them, because these free spirits, they have freedom, they can roam around, they can travel with their vans and RVs. And the haters don't have that. The haters are bound to some shitty job, and they have been drilled that they need to do this job, and or they don't have a job or an SSI, and they may not even know what to do with their lives, and they have been drilled with either Islam or Christianity or with totally, I don't know what, just totally dysfunctional values, including the religious values that are all very dysfunctional. So those kids have never been taught any true love values. They have never learned this. And so later on in their lives, they feel lost. They don't even know what to do with their lives, and many of them drink and or take drugs and tattoo themselves and hurt their precious bodies and just try. It's the whole life is just about how do I protect my ego? How do I protect my? It's always about pride, you know. How do I preserve my pride? It's always pride, pride, pride. Everything is based on that. And when they see someone who's free from all of these things, this pride stuff and these neurotic patterns and all of this, someone who's free and who has the ability to love, who has the compassion center well developed in the brain, when they see that, they get very jealous and they feel like it's just by seeing them, it makes them feel inferior. It makes them feel like as if it points towards their own flaws. And none of these people are intending to point out anyone's flaws. And one of the haters actually said to me that he feels stepped on by me and Eric Jacobs. So right there, he gave me the opportunity to look into his brain, and I appreciate that he did, and I appreciate that he had the courage to say that to me. And it just goes to, and I see much more going on in chat rooms on that same level. So I see incredibly devastated minds on the internet, and people that like wild cats, kind of like that black kitty out there. The black starved kitty. The kitty wants a home. She wants, or he, I don't know what gender. He wants a home. He wants to come in. He wants to connect with us, but he's terrified at the same time. So if I came too close, he would scratch me. Same with the hater, If the hater feels like I have looked too far into his mind, then this pride thing feels threatened again. The ego, the defense mechanism, feels threatened. It has to lash out in order to protect his pride. It's all about this protecting the self, That's what it really is. And they don't know better. They don't understand any of these psychological mechanisms that are going on inside of people. So that's why I make these videos. I'm hoping that I could sort of explain this to people and make them understand what's going on. Like that guy, for example, in the chat room who threatened me with very violent, graphic, hostile threats. I reported him, and then some other people stood up for me and stood up for our Western lifestyle. And I don't know what kind of guy that was. He didn't show himself. I have no idea what cultural background he's coming from, but he said some unbelievably horrendous things which I do not even want to repeat. And so after I have stood my ground, I have told him sternly but without hate, I don't want to throw hate back anymore, because it ends up in a war. People, particularly the snarly, sarcastic, back and forth hate slinging that I see among people, that just escalates into a complete war. It makes both of them feel bad. It just adds more to the stream of sorrow. That's what I'm hoping, that at least I can, because peace starts with me and you and every single individual. I want to start with myself, because I am only myself, right? And you are only yourself. So I can only start with myself with this, and I can say, I am not going to get angry and lash out, and particularly not do some sarcastic things or passive aggression or something like this. I really want to heal this, for myself. So I told that guy just facts. And some other people stood up, and which is absolutely great. And then the guy had a nervous breakdown right there in the chat room, and he revealed all of this in writing to us. And I think it's, rather than being courageous, he didn't know. Oh, hey, thank you. He just didn't know what else to do other than to share that agony with us in the chat room. And he said that his life is worthless, and he doesn't know. He hates himself, and he hates his life, and he doesn't know how to continue. Because together we took away his other venues. We took away the lashing out possibility, the lashing out shoots. We closed that up. We closed the pride shoots up, and any kind of other pathway that he would normally use to escape from facing that what's underneath this type of hate. Because no person who is well grounded ever hurts someone else. That does not happen. The only reason why people hurt others is because they are absolutely suffering and miserable. And they hate themselves, and they hate their lives. And that's why they do this. That's why they focus their entire attention on destroying someone else. And in the case of the haters of Eric Jacobs, I've been watching this now for over a course of several years. I think it's been going on now for 5 and more years. Okay? And these people, and it's the same people, and one guy in particular who studied with him, they focus their entire life on Eric Jacobs. And try to find him, try to figure out how to damage him. And I'm terribly worried about this. That makes me worry. I've cried over this, and I'm very sensitive. And I cried because I'm worried for their safety. And I'm also crying about the haters. I'm crying for the haters too. I'm reflecting on how incredibly these people are suffering, and the terrible, terrible depression and the terrible rage and these feelings, like what that guy said, that he feels stepped on like a rug by Eric and myself. That is just unbelievable. He didn't even know me until I made a video to address a couple of those points a couple of years back. And he doesn't know any of us. He doesn't know how we don't have it super made either. We're not we're not rich, we're not geniuses, we're not on top of the world either. We're just trying to live. We're trying to breathe. Yeah. We're trying to make ourselves vegan milkshakes. We're writing blogs. We're making videos. We love animals. We just want to live and exist and make the best out of our lives. And maybe, hopefully, help someone else, inspire someone else with that. The squirrel is upset. Hello, hello, what is happening? What is happening there? What is going on? Hello, hello, come show yourself. Come show yourself. Hello, hello, hello. What is it? I always talk to the animals, and it feels like they hear me and they listen sometimes and they respond. Sometimes I sing to them and they really like that. They always listen when I sing. It's so sweet. They're so cute and so childlike and so innocent. But the squirrels among each other, they are sometimes mean. I have seen a squirrel hit a rat on the back with the hand like this, with the open. That was funny, because the rat was sitting in the middle of that food tray that we have on the lower balcony. And the squirrel wanted to get to the food, to the sunflower seeds, and the rat was eating those. And the squirrel was, no, this is too much now. I'm going to hit him on the back. And the rat was like, oh, who is that? And he quickly rushed out and to get away from the squirrel. So, the bigger guy always dominates over the smaller guy. And that's how it works. And among the birds too, and it is a hierarchical system. But among humans, we have a brain that has several layers that have been built out pretty strongly. And we have a prefrontal cortex that is very strong, that is a whole lot smaller in most animals, except whales. And this prefrontal cortex gives us the opportunity now to plan and to reflect over our actions and to understand psychology and our own behavior and our interactions with other people. And because of that, we have the chance now to look at ourselves and introspect and say, oh, I don't want to continue living like this. I don't want to continue with that cycle of hierarchy and dominating or oppressing anyone, or hate or wars and all of this. We have the chance now to heal that up. So let's use that. Let's use our brain abilities. Okay, so you guys take care. Bye bye.